Why you are still unmarried, part 2. If you've not watched the part 1 of this, I need you to go back to the part 1 so you know exactly what we are talking about. My name is Pastor Mrs. Joy Bisong. I'm the founder, Love Matters Academy. I'm a mother of 4 lovely children, a marriage counselor, and a relationship therapist. So we have already started this from the part 1 where we mentioned some points. Today we'll continue from part 1. Number 9, unequally yoked, spiritually or culturally mismatched. Unequally yoked spiritually or cultural mismatch. You see, ignoring spiritual compatibility can only create friction that prevents long-term marriage. When you ignore your spiritual foundation, you feel it doesn't matter. You are only creating a long-term friction in your marriage. Because spiritual foundations, spiritual compatibility, spirituality defines people. It is where they build their value on. In fact, that is their value. So you are from one religion, you go and marry from another religion. And you expect this person to believe in what you believe in. You should work together. How? One person believes in going to a witch doctor to collect charms to produce results, while the other person believes in praying and fasting to produce results, and the two of you are married and you want results for the same problem. How? You're going to create long-term friction, because as you're telling your partner that we should go this way, let's use this solution for this problem, they are also suggesting what they believe in. You cannot separate their belief system from their spirituality. It is their spiritual foundation that makes them who they are. Their decision to marry you came from that who they are. So you have to check their spiritual compatibility. You have to check spiritual compatibility. It is sometimes not compatible. So you have to clarify your core spiritual conviction. You clarify them in your heart and check what is non-negotiable for you early before you enter relationship or marriage. When you have clarified them, then you meet the person who has similar spiritual foundation with you, then you go ahead with the person. So when you have not, you meet the wrong person, then inside the relationship, you discover that you cannot go ahead, the relationship breaks, you are back to square one. You are not getting married. Don't forget, we are looking at reasons why you are still unmarried. Number 10, not asking trusted people for help. No network. See, many marriages start with friends, family, or church. Many. So if your network is weak, you will miss introductions. It's a cliche to hear, marry your friend, marry your friend. It's a cliche. So if you don't know, just think today and understand this. If you don't have people, you don't have a network, who will you marry? Who will you marry? I went to make my hair in the salon last week, and the hairstylist, a young industrious girl, she was talking to me, she said, auntie, me, I don't go out. Even this salon, once my girls come, I'm going inside. I just stay inside, just press my phone, whatever I need, I just go out and get it and come back quickly. So if somebody is not seeing you, how will the person marry you? Or if you are not going out as a young man, where will you find the people that you will marry? They should come to your room? How would they even know? And is that how you're going to meet people and then you're going to choose from? If your network is weak, you will miss out on introduction. Tell your close friends that you are actively seeking. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. When they talk about pray for your life partner, you see people, they don't want to pray. They are you are ashamed that you are not married and you're looking for a life partner. That's pretense. That's pretense. When we're growing up, I thank God for Child Evangelical Fellowship. They used to hold camps those days. As early as 12, age 12, they were leading us to pray for our life partners. They told us the importance, and so we were not ashamed. We grew up with a mentality knowing that praying for a life partner is an honorable thing to do. It's wise. It's a wise thing to do. You were never praying, and now they say pray for a life partner. You are ashamed. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you really serious? If your network is weak, if you don't have people around you, start increasing your network. If you are in a group that you know, maybe a church, a group, anywhere that you know that there are no people there that can marry you by virtue of the number that they are as at that time. This is not saying you should leave those groups. It is that you should increase those groups, increase your network, go out, join ministry, join classes, interest groups. It could be on social media, it could be in your church. Join them so that you increase your network. Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 9 says 2 are better than 1. 2 are better than 1. So two groups will do you better than just one group. Increase your network. Increase your network. That is where you will marry from. Husbands, wives, they don't fall from heaven. They are human beings. So you go where there are many of them, because there is no other way. There's no other way. Number 11, family interference or poor boundaries. Family interference or poor boundaries. We handled a case of a marriage that was consistently in conflict. That was 2 years ago. What was the issue? This young man had a lady whom he met at the youth service, and they had been in relationship for a while. He wanted to marry her. He was ready to marry her. And when he brought her home, the father bluntly refused. That he has been waiting for him to finish to give him the wife of his choice. He puts it that if his son does not marry that girl, then the son will not inherit any of his properties, and that he will disown the boy. He had no other option but to marry the girl that the father had planned for him. And that was the beginning of their conflict. Because, number one, they didn't have the time to know each other. The father said, as long as you're ready, oh yeah, let's go. No time to study each other. And then inside the marriage, it was obvious that they had not prepared for marriage. Both the boy that was, the young man that was looking for wife, and the wife that was brought. There are many skills they had not built. It took us a while, and it took them some time to work on themselves consistently. But thank God they are happy today. But that could have been prevented. That could have been prevented. The Bible says a man shall leave his wife and leave his family and cleave to his wife. You leave your father and mother and cleave. So when you have unnecessary, unhealthy family interference, you cannot decide on your own. Your family decides who you marry. Your family decides. It will go down to your marriage. Oh, we don't like what your wife did to us. Oh, your wife, your husband, you have not left, and so you cannot cleave. Your family chooses who becomes your new friend. Your family chooses who becomes your fiancé or your fiancée. So it looks as if your own mind is not yet built and ready to take decisions. You want to make a decision, you take it to family meeting. So, sister, mama, what look, this is different from seeking advice from your parents or seeking advice from your family in critical issues, or maybe trying to say they should check out someone who you have decided to marry, but your mind is prepared. You know, you cannot leave out your family when you want to marry, but I'm talking about when you cannot make decisions except through their recommendation, that the boundary is unhealthy. You cannot differentiate what your own decision is from your family decision, and when your family insists on something, that is what stands for you. That is the unhealthy boundaries we are talking about. That's a poor family interference. We've seen situations where, because the sister doesn't like the lady the young man wants to marry, that is the end of the relationship, and that young lady is the right person for the young man. Just because, okay, so why don't you like her? I don't know why. I just don't like her face. Because your sister doesn't like your fiance's face, that is why your marriage ended. Because your brother doesn't like your fiance's face, that is why your marriage with them ended. Yet they were the right people for you. That is an unhealthy family interference. Set clear boundaries with your family and have your private decision-making space. You can invite your family in at a healthy stage, but not from day one. Not from day one. If you need counseling, go to who can give you the right counseling. Come to Love Matters. Come to the Tree Called Stand, where you will get a strategy, a framework that will help you to love purposely, to build godly relationship, to have a timely wisdom that can transcend generation. You don't just seek advice from anywhere, not even your family members. Not even your family members. Proverbs 22 verse 24 to 25 wants us to avoid unhealthy influences. Unhealthy influences. Number 12, timing and season. I'm talking about God's timetable. The children of Issachar knew how to understand the times and seasons. Sometimes the right person, they exist, but they come at the right season. So during that time, you have to go through healing, education, and everything you need to go through. But the only thing keeping you is just because God has not brought the person. And how do you know? Because it's not about, I need to clear this. You know, there are people who something is going wrong in their life, and instead of them looking for the right strategy and applying to that situation, they sit down, because sitting down, being passive, and covering up with "it is not yet God's time" is easy. If you do that, you're going to ruin your life and destiny. How do you know that this is God's timing that is delaying me from getting married? You will discover that you are prepared. You know what marriage is. You have built the skills necessary for a successful marriage and a happy marriage. You have the competence. There are lots of skills that you need to build, of course. Financial, emotional, social, spiritual, and all of it. You will discover that you have built competence. You are in the right places and at the right time. You are serving God. You have a personal foundation, personal quiet time, personal relationship with God. Yet, the right person has just not come. That is God's timetable. That is just God's timetable. So what do you do? At this point, if that describes you, what you have to do is to keep doing what you're doing. Keep opening doors for relationship. Keep serving the Lord in church, being the usher, whatever you're doing, whatever group you are in church, whatever thing you're doing, your career, keep building, keep praying. Especially praying, keep praying. For God to help you to be sensitive so you don't miss the right person when that person comes. So that you are sensitive when that right person comes. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 says, for everything, there is a time, a season, for everything. So if there is a season where you're not getting married, be rest assured that there will be that season where your marriage will come, where the right person will come, where you will also be fulfilled. So don't give up. Just keep trusting the Lord. Keep praying. Number 13, unhealed past relationships or unresolved grief. Unhealed past relationship or unresolved grief. See, carrying baggages from your ex prevents full availability. You see, when we talk about keeping yourself preparing before entering a relationship, a lot of you don't understand. You don't understand. You know, there are people who just think that it's better to be in a wrong relationship than not to be in a relationship. So for every season, for every time, they are in one relationship or the other. Talking about premarital relationship. They are in one relationship or the other. Whether it's the wrong one. In fact, I met somebody and I asked her, you told me that the relationship you're in is wrong. She said, yes, she knows. I said, so why are you in? She said, auntie, it's better to have the wrong one than not to have anyone. Really? You're wrong. Because the baggages, the hurts, the wounds, there are things that relationship will do to you that will cost you in your emotion that you will not know until you get into a new relationship or until you get into marriage, or you will not even know until you get into a program as structured as Love Matters Academy, where they'll begin to reveal you to you. So it is not better to be in a wrong relationship than to be alone. It is not. Your alone time helps you to build competency, helps you to build the skills that you need for you to be in the right relationship and to be able to give out. You'll be available emotionally, spiritually, physically. Every aspect of you is whole, not half, looking for who to make you whole, which is an impossible task on earth. You need to be whole before you enter a relationship. You don't look for somebody to complete you. You are looking for someone to complete you. You are scattered, battered from your ex. You pack them and give to the person you want to be your husband or your wife. You have to process your grief. If you discover that there is something that is scaring you, you discover that, okay, let's start from what made that relationship to break. Is it true that those things were enough reason for that relationship to go a separate way? Or have you discovered some things in you, some characters, some behavior that you think you need to work on in order to have a better relationship? Then you need to go for counseling. You have to come to a relationship therapist, a counselor, a pastor who understands this thing, not just anyone, who understands this thing. Let the person help you process your grief, help you put you on track. You have to journal out the lessons. What did you learn from this relationship that ended? What? So what are you trying to do now? What will you do in the new one differently? What are your new relationship commitments? What? After you've done that, then you do according to Philippians 3:30. Say, forgetting what is behind and pressing on. If you have not done this, you just jump. I don't want to feel the pain. So, some people can be so amazing, so surprising. You are in a relationship, you have given up on that relationship, but you use the person to heal. Then you move on to a new relationship without telling this person that you're off this relationship. In the name of you don't want to go through heartbreak. So immediately you tell this person you're out of this relationship, you are found in a new relationship. That's wickedness. That will be a topic for another day. Number 14. Fear of losing independence, identity tied to singleness. Fear of losing independence. there are people who have worked on themselves. They are okay with being able to do everything for themselves, and what they cannot do for themselves, they cut it out of their life so that they don't have to look for somebody to fill that space. And for other people, is that identity tied to singleness. They just don't want to be identified with being married yet. You see, fear of marriage is also a huge problem you have to deal with. You are afraid that marriage will cost you freedom. You are afraid that marriage will cost you your income. You are afraid that marriage will cost you your identity. You enjoy being married, being unmarried, and just living your life anyhow. What you call independence is actually, should I say, irresponsibility. You don't take up responsibility. You see, if you don't know why you are scared of marriage, let me just tell you this. If you don't know why you are scared of marriage, but anytime the word marriage is mentioned, you're scared. If you don't know, then you need to contact us immediately. We'll help you. We'll help you diagnose what it is that's making you to be really scared, because there are many reasons why people fear marriage. Now, we'll look at another one. Number 15, financial planning, poor financial planning and instability. Poor financial planning and instability, financial instability. You see, when people wonder why women look out for a man who has some level of financial stability, when people talk down on such women, I just laugh. Listen to me. The Bible puts the primary providing responsibility on a man. It says if a man cannot provide for his household, he's worse than an infidel. So the primary provider is the man. That does not cancel out Proverbs 31, where the woman was an industrious woman. So the woman provides, the man provides, the woman also has a source of income. Marriage has responsibility. Like I always say, marriage is a call to responsibility, even if you want to put it as an achievement for you. It's a call to responsibility. Many things in marriage, a lot of things, not just, will need financial response. Okay, so if you want to marry, let's just start from the basic. Don't you need a house, a shelter? Don't you need? Where will you put your wife? You want to put them under the same roof where your parents are living? Don't you understand where the Bible says you should live and cleave to your wife? Even if your father's house has enough space, I will advise you to have your own. Except if you have inherited that house and your parents are no longer there. I will advise you, because the Bible says you should live. That living is in all ramifications. Live emotionally, live physically, live financially, live in everywhere. Be a man of your own. Be a woman of your own. You are now a new family. See, the Bible says this is a mystery. This is a mystery, that you leave your family, leave your father, leave your mother, and become one with another person. And that union is now priority to the decisions or the interference of your parents. It's a mystery. So you need finance. You need finance. Where it is wrong for you, either a lady or a young man, to have the love for very materialistic things, is when it is unrealistic. It is when it is unrealistic. Like I mentioned earlier, I want my husband to be handsome, rich, have 3 houses in Dubai, 5 in UK, has the latest Lamborghini, and is planning to buy his private jet. I want my wife to be mod standard, wine glass shape, beautiful, fair, has her money, this, that, and all sort of things. It is when they are really unrealistic, or when you prioritize them above having someone who have the character, who have the ability to settle down with you to have a responsible marriage. So financial instability will make you lose a good lady. Yes, it will make you lose a good man in some cases. So fear of not being able to provide or worry about money can actually prevent proposals. So what do? Make a 12-month plan, budget, that this is what I'm going to do. This year, I'm going to learn about money, and I'm going to practice and increase my incomes. The number one way of shifting your finance is from knowledge. Many people don't even understand the principles of money, the rules of money. You don't know money have rules. If you don't know those rules, you will stay in financial instability, lack, and poverty for a long time. Because money does not just answer to anybody. It answers to the person who understands how to play the game. Making money, managing money, leveraging money, investment, all of it. It doesn't answer to just prayer and fasting and tithing. Let me tell you, it doesn't. It doesn't. Get financial counseling, mentorship. You see, that's why three-cord strand is very, very important and very, very necessary for you. Why? Because we have a course on finance where it will open your eyes to things you have never known. You see, topics on money, principles that truly work in finance are not taught in the 4 walls of the university. They are not taught in school. They are not. So when you register for three-cord strand, you are not just registering for a relationship program where they will advise you. It's not. They are practical steps, strategic ones, full of wisdom that have worked over years. They have worked over years. It's one thing to know that you have financial problem and you want to move for it, and then you don't know where to go to. Come to us. Come to us. The structure has been built. It's for your own good. So you don't stay unmarried. You know what to do. You increase your finance. You live the life that you want. You live the life that you want. Number 16. Health or fertility concerns. Health or fertility concerns. Now, whether your health issue is real or you're only fearing that, or you're only scared that you have those health or fertility concerns, it can actually stop you from getting married. So health issues that are chronic, that can prevent you from taking up certain responsibility, whether as the man of the house or as the woman of the house, it's common. It's a common sense. It can actually stop you from getting married. So it will create a fear of commitment, either from the other partner or even from yourself. You keep analyzing yourself whether you should commit to this relationship or not. So you have to be honest early enough with your partners about your major issues. Don't hide them. And then you seek medical advice where necessary. You can decide to meet the doctor as a couple, or you seek prayers, whatever it is. I don't know what your health concerns is, or your physical challenge, physical condition that will make you not to be married. Some can be maybe a skin disease. Some can be maybe you're having one issue or the other. Maybe internal. You're the one that knows that this issue that I have, maybe I cannot put to bed, or maybe I cannot impregnate a woman, Don't go into marriage without discussing such major issues. That would be deception. That would be deception. So you go into marriage knowing fully well that you are impotent, and knowing fully well that this woman is coming into marriage with one of the divine purposes of God of procreating and having godly offspring, and you kept quiet about it, and then lure her. That is deception. That is deception. So please, discuss it together. Seek help together. Galatians chapter 6:8 say, carry one another's burdens. So be honest and seek mutual support. It's not that once you have this challenge, then your case is closed. You can no longer get married. No. Look for assistance. Look for help. Whatever it is, if it has to do with medical, check the doctor. If it has to do with counseling, come to us. Whatever it is, but make sure that you settle that issue. Don't go into marriage or into relationship without letting the other person know or without working on them. Number 17, geography or limited relationship pool. Now, when you're living in a particular geographical location and you are looking for a particular kind of person to marry, and they are not in that your geographical location, that can hinder you from getting married. I used to have a friend who vowed never to marry a Nigerian, that she will marry a European. Yes, she was in Nigeria. That was about 10 years ago, when online matchmaking was not as common as today. So in such a situation where there were no Europeans around her geographical location, it may never be possible for her dreams to come to pass. So your geographical location can actually hinder your marrying early or marrying at the time you want to get married, if you don't have the kind of people that are in that location. So what do? You move out or you increase them, because ultimately you will marry from your sphere, the people that are around you. Around you may be your social media network, your physical network, your church network, your personal development groups. Wherever you are found, whatever group you are in, whatever group you are a member that is active, you're most likely going to get married from there. Many people have met their life partners on their streets. You cannot marry who you are not seeing. You cannot marry who you are not seeing. So you have to either see the person on screen or see the person somewhere. But you cannot marry somebody you've not met. You don't know. Nobody brought the person to you. You've not seen them yourself. You cannot do that. So you increase your sphere. You increase your sphere. Number 18, wrong crowd or venue to meet quality partners. Wrong crowd or venue to meet quality partners. You are honest about getting married. Yes, you are desiring to get married. You've reached the age and everything, but you are in the wrong venue. You go to clubs, bars. Those are your favorite places, and those are the places you are expecting to find the right partners. How? Who are the kind of people that go to the places you go to? Who? If they are not the kind of people that you want, then you have to stop going there. You have to stop going there. Shift towards where you can get the right people. Now, this is not some manipulation. This is not some manipulative strategy saying that, okay, because you want to marry, now you can now start going. No. Ultimately, your value will determine who stays with you. But we are talking about when it is limited to location. So you have to increase your network. Shift towards church, volunteering groups, professional association, interest groups that are aligned with your values. You can host or even attend international mixers that are for singles. In Three-Chord Strand, we have get-togethers where we get to meet each other. So imagine a community of single people that are like-minded. You see why Three-Chord Strand is such an opportunity? You're meeting people that are ready to marry and have taken the step to train themselves, to build themselves, to become people that will be what? Responsible husbands and wives tomorrow. And so you get to meet that community. There are many people who met their partners in Three-Chord Strand, and the rest of them that did not meet their partners did not meet them in Three-Chord Strand, left with the capacity to meet others outside, and they are happy for it. It's worse than not having a community. You don't have people. All the people you have are the people in the bar, the restaurant, places, parties that do not have people that have your values. Number 19, lack of spiritual discipline and prayer life. I cannot emphasize on this enough. Choosing a partner, getting married, is something that is serious and orchestrated by God himself if it is to be a right partner for you. So how are you about to meet the right person when God is not involved in your life? When God is not involved in your life, your prayer life, in fact you don't have a prayer life, let me not say you have it, you don't pray. You're so far from God. You're just anyhow. You're just a bench warmer. You go to church, warm the bench, but you don't have a personal relationship with God where you pray and listen to God. You don't have any discipline, anybody discipling you. It can stop you from getting married to the right person. So you don't neglect your prayer life, because why? That is what will give you the discernment to know who is right for you. Because see, when people are planning to marry, or when they have decided that it is now time to get married, they put up all kinds of charisma, all kinds of behaviors, nice behaviors to deceive others into marrying them. They know what qualities you are looking for. So if you don't have the discerning spirit of God to help you discern who you should marry, you're going to end up with the wrong person. They will be all nice. In fact, when somebody is too nice, you should start questioning. You should start praying for God to open your eyes to see the truth behind them. Because a lot of times, they are only masking up, covering up what they don't want you to see. So prayer life, a firebrand person will be able to get discernment from God more than somebody whose prayer life is weak, who doesn't trust in God for direction. The Bible speaking in James chapter 4 verse 8, it says, draw near to me and I'll draw near to you. So you draw near to God first. Say, draw near to me. You are the one that does the drawing. God is not moving. God is constant. But by the time you start drawing near to him, then you begin to feel closer to him. Establish a daily reading prayer where you pray, study, worship God. Not because you want to marry, but because that is what your life. Say, Christianity is a life. It's not a religion. Christianity is a life. You have to live the life. But why is it necessary now? Because this time is that you want to choose somebody. You want to make a decision that is the most important decision in your life after giving your life to Christ. So it becomes more paramount now than ever. So you don't start worshiping, praying, going to church and reading the Bible now because you want to marry. This is what your life was supposed to be about. But if it was not like that, you have to now start. You have to now start. Number 20.